And you've written this book, it is ready, you've sent it out to some publicists now.
Exactly.
So, which is fantastic. So share some of your insights with us from the book.
Wow, yeah, I definitely think that I did it all the wrong ways.
Did you drink a lot?
Well, I'm not quite the drinker, but I definitely got a good addiction to coffee that I just kind of dealt with it through
That's
being
it?
awake all the time and
Coffee?
watching reality TV
Oh, okay.
constantly.
Okay, so you became addicted.
There's the difference
Yeah.
between 30 and 60.
Yeah, we go
Hello.
TV.
Give me my vodka.
Give me my housewives, baby.
So
Nice.
you had, it was coffee and reality TV.
Yeah,
So you just, what
checking
you did
out,
is you
checking
checked
out,
Right.
exactly. And so, and also, you know, there are people in my life, particularly my husband, who I started dating a month after my mom died, got married a year after, and then I had our first child just 2 years after. So I basically just coped with trying to get through life. You know, I'm just going to make things happen. I'm going to act like nothing happened.
Right.
So thank God for my husband trying to be like, are you okay, are you okay? But I'd be like, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. And so I'd have these crazy breakdowns. I mean, we all have breakdowns.
Sure.
But to the point where watching a movie and all of a sudden, you know, it could be a comedy and I'm hysterically crying and actually even throwing up at times.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Just because I needed to get it out so bad. And
Right.
so even after that, I still didn't want to talk about it. It wasn't until I was actually leading, because I've been doing a lot of leadership support groups and things like that. I was leading a group for young people, and actually 12 of those young people had lost somebody in 1 year. Whether
Oh,
a parent. It was really crazy time where I met a lot of people that were going through huge issues. And I did it with my mother-in-law, who's a counselor, and she, thank God, took the lead, because all of a sudden I'm just realizing I'm not okay. And this was probably 4 years after my mom passed. And I'm just kind of staring at this worksheet that was the mourner's, you know, basically it's okay to grieve. The mourner's bill of rights from grieving from the dummies of all things. And I'm like, oh, it's okay that I'm not strong. It's okay that I want to flip out on everyone. It's okay that I'm not okay, basically. And that's really what's inspired me to help young people specifically who haven't really known how to confront the things that they're going through, kind of face the issues and be okay with not being okay.
So what do you do though?
Right.
I mean,
What
okay,
advice do you
know,
give these young people?
Yeah.
Because you're not going to, you know, drinking coffee is not a horrible thing.
No. Watching reality TV.
But
Yes.
checking out
Right.
is not a good thing.
And most young people, honestly, will go to drugs and alcohol
I was gonna say,
and
yeah.
really get into a huge depression. And
Right.
we hear a lot of, unfortunately, suicide happens
Yes.
a
Sure.
lot because people
Right.
get stuck in their circumstance.
Well, they're lost also.
They're lost, totally. And especially at a young age, you don't even know who you are yet,
Right.
you know? And then to have something significant. So my advice is really for someone to help someone get through it is to just be there. I mean, physically, emotionally, you can't really pull something out of a young
No.
person or anyone really. You can't be like, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. But you can just go to their favorite movie. You can go, you
Go
know,
places
go
with
places with them. Older, go to the bar with them. Younger, go to coffee with them. Go to ice cream for the middle schooler.
Just be a friend
be
and
a
be
friend,
there.
because eventually, if you're just like, hey, are you okay? Instead of like, talk to me, hey, you okay today? I'm fine. Okay, well, tomorrow I'm going to ask you again. You know, and eventually they're going to start talking to you, because getting it out is number one. I put a lot of resources on my website, hopeinthehardtimes.com. I put a special blog post for all the listeners that can go to specific resources that are out there to actually get help, whether it's counseling, whether it's going to support groups. All those things are amazing for anyone at any age. But as far as just what can I do to help someone through this, just be present. The other thing is that, you know, I didn't really start to deal with things, or maybe it didn't completely hit me until maybe 6 months down the road, and then maybe a year, and then it really got hard about 2 years later. People forget that we've gone through something. People easily think, okay, it's been 6 months, it's been a year.
Get over it.
You know, you're fine now,
Right.
right?
Well,
Pick up your,
Let's be honest, in the United States, the way our world is set up, we're not allowed to really grieve. It's not like you get to say, I've lost a parent or whatever you've lost, I need to take a month off work. They don't look at you like, hold your head.
Right.
So you're taught
Right.
from a young age that you have to just get over it.
Right.
Because
So
you have
true.
to move through it, and you're not allowed to grieve at all.
Yeah, and especially with young people, parents listening, and teachers that are listening, and everyone, I just beg them to let people take the time, because that's such a valid point that you just made. I had a girl that I was helping out just through life circumstances, that she just needed someone in her life, and so I was leading her through some stuff, and she actually ended up coming home from school one night and found her mom dead in her bedroom. And so instead of dealing with it with the school and all that, she was actually the next Monday back in school, and some of her teachers didn't even know what had happened, and she was taking tests, and it wasn't until family came in and said, hey, this girl's not okay. So I think we just really need to pay attention to even body language of young people, and just being in their lives, knowing what's going on, and taking the time and allowing people to take the time.
Well, you're going to notice a difference. They're going to be quieter. They're not going to give you eye contact.
Right.
As a teacher or a friend or a relative, you're going to know there's something
Right.
wrong if you're paying attention.
Right.
And I think the point is that you made, Kacee, is that standing by somebody, just being there, can become their rock, so that they can in fact turn and know that it's a comfort space to be with that
Right.
person.
So
So I
true.
think that's so important. So tell us again about Hope in the Hard Times. What will we find when we go there?
Yeah, so KCBree.com, but also you can go to Hope in the Hard Times. It goes to the same place. And what it is basically an outlet for young adults, college students, any age, to find maybe something they're going through and see that others are going through it. So they're webisodes and blogs about people that have faced a huge situation in their lives, and they've made it through on the other side. The things we go through do change us for sure, but I just say this is your make it moment, not your break it moment.
Love that. And I will say,
Wonderful.
it's not just for young adults.
Right.
I happen to be on the site and was checking it out. It's a marvelous site. I think it's got a lot of compassion. And I think during this time when you are lost, I think it's a wonderful place to go, because there's a tremendous amount of comfort that you receive by
Thank
being
you
there.
very
So, Kacee, we honor you. We thank you for joining us, and thank you for what you're doing. We want our listeners again to know it's KaceyBree.com, and that's spelled KACEEBREE.com.
And then the website you want to send people to again?
Yes, it's KCBree.com, but the easiest to remember, because my name is spelled a little different, is HopeInTheHardTimes.com, and
Perfect.
I'm on all the social medias, Kacee Bree.
Great.
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us. You are listening to Chat with Women on AM 880 KIXI. Let's take a break, and when we come back, let's talk about how we can maybe change some things in our home. Decorate for
Freshen
the
up.
spring. Freshen up.
Freshen
I'm
up.
tired of that gray and
I'm
yellow.
tired.
Tired of it. We'll be right back.